Hi, this is Ryan McReynolds, one of the candidates for state representative in the 94th District, and I can't believe the primaries are getting closer. Last night I was up at Carlton Middle School for Meet the Candidates. In fact, when I got invited to be up there for that, I accepted, especially considering that back when I went to post-secondary transitional program, which is where I got my Carlton High School diploma from, the post-secondary transitional program was actually housed in the Carlton Middle School building in a section that was known as the adult wing, because in that section there was omni-adult ed as well as post-secondary transitional program. Although that program is nowadays housed in a different building than before, but still, all in all, it's like, wow. I mean, it was quite amazing to get to go up there and all that. Plus, the spot where Meet the Candidates was held in was in the cafeteria, which happened to, of course, be not just for middle school students, but post-secondary students were actually able to eat in there too. But usually that happened at a different time than when the middle school students went in there. But still, there was like a massive amount of candidates there. I mean, from out of the 94th District, there was me and Ann Doyle both up there. And then Judith Lincoln actually had somebody up there to speak on her behalf. I ended up getting to sit next to congressional candidate from 5th District, Tom Wassa, who actually sat in between me and Ann Doyle, so it was like, wow, one of the congressional candidates was sandwiched in between two of the Republican candidates from District 94, and then on the other side, I sat next to County Prosecutor Mike Thomas, and I actually have video footage of myself having gotten to meet him in the parade in Birch Run back in 1996, and so it was like, wow. And, it was quite amazing, too, in fact, one of the people that had been on staff as one of the parapros, Mrs. Betty Savage, I mean, yeah, as a student, back when I went to post-secondary, me and the others had to call her Mrs. Savage and all that, and so in a way I kind of still think of her that way, But anyways, she was up there and all that, and she recognized me too, which was great, In fact, as it turned out, at least two former post-secondary students were running for office, as another one is running for office in Carlton Township, except he's of a different party than me, but still, it's like, good to know that I'm not the only former post-secondary student running for office, And what can I say? The event went great. I mean, the questions that were asked, I think the only one that really had to deal with getting grilled was Prosecutor Mike Thomas, especially over the case of a homeless man named Milton Hall getting shot by the police and all that. And so not only did Mike Thomas end up answering the questions about that, so did the other candidates for prosecutor. But luckily, the questions for the state rep candidates, on the other hand, weren't so intimidating. They were, straightforward and all that. I mean, I answered the questions, and Doyle answered the questions. The man speaking on behalf of Judith Lincoln answered the questions. And so did the District 95 candidates, Jeff Baker and Stacy Owen Oakes, who is currently serving in District 95 as well. And I mean, there was, some people that asked me, like, if I was nervous about the whole thing, and I said, well, I've already got experience with this because, I have ran for office before and all that, so I have done these meet the candidates things before and all that, so it's one of those things that I'm used to and all that, and I had people, saying that I did pretty good and all that and stuff. Even Ann Doyle said that I did pretty good, and, and I think she did pretty good, too, with what she had to say as well, And it's like, even though, yeah, of course I would like to win the primaries in 6 states, still, I gotta salute Tim Kelly and Ann Doyle for also taking up the incentive to run as well, In fact, I feel, that with having opposition in the primaries, it kind of really does basically encourage you more in trying to get elected, And yeah, good question on who is going to win on Tuesday, but I think in the end there's going to really be a possible major surprise on what's going to happen on Tuesday, August 7th. Exactly what kind of surprise? That's a good question. Because right now, it looks pretty tight, I mean, there's no telling who's going to emerge the victor in the end. So I'm waiting, and all that. And if you haven't decided which of the three of us you think is the best candidate, I encourage you to please look up information on all of us. In fact, feel free to contact all three of us, and ask us questions. I mean, we have Facebook accounts. Our phone numbers are available online as well. Not to mention, I'm the only McReynolds in the phone book. Well, I mean, you don't actually see my name in the phone book. You see one of my parents' names in the phone book, but still, my family's the only McReynolds in the phone book in all of Saginaw County, so I'm easy to find in the phone book. If you want to look me up in the phone book and call me and ask me questions, feel free to do that, please. Anyways, thanks for watching, and God bless.